Hello all and have a good noon. Uh, Today we are going to have a live recipe, for all of our followers. And nominally, many people are curious, like what is a fermentation and what are the good part of the fermentation and why we should have the fermented food. So let's, we just wanted to introduce something that you can have a brief of it. And yes, we do have our workshop on 7th of August related to the probiotic. You can learn in detail about almost all the other 10 recipes. But today, one of the favorite dish at my family, and often we do make just to have with some lavash or some just as a spread, and it's very easy and easy to maintain as well. And I'm sure that once you will make it, it will get finish it off very soon as well. So hi Anitra, hi Gracidale Delicacy, and Yana and Yakrina. We are just waiting for a few more people, and we will start. Let me brief about what is the fermentation. Hi Annie, and would like to have you on the screen as well, Annie. So hi Niyanta. Okay, so what is a fermentation? I'm sure we all are now knowing about it, because lots of people we do have on we do read on Google, we get the information on YouTube, on the blogs, and lots of the things. And of course many of us, we do follow Luke Coutinho as well, and many of his videos also he says about the gut health. Many of other nutritionists and dietitians, they share about the gut health. Okay, so the gut is the second brain of our body. In fact, it works more or similar way of our brain. Okay, so whatever we do, eat the food, and the digestive actually starts from your brain. The saliva is ready when smelling something, so your nose also plays that role by smelling something, and it is good or bad. So once it is good smell, you are tempted to have that food. Now there are the good bacteria and bad bacteria in your body, and yes, it is really necessary to balance the bacteria. We need more of the good bacteria and less of the bad bacteria. If it is bad bacteria you have more in your body, definitely you are craving for the junk, all those packet chips and etc. Okay, sometimes it's okay, but not to have them daily. In a way you are growing your bad bacteria, and in a way you are inviting the disease. But to have a good bacteria, it is very, very important in our gut health. And where they do locate, they are mostly in your intestine, and at the you can say near to your colon, and they have the colonies. So we have to, the way every day we feed the food to our body, to to get the energy to work entire day, be healthy, be happy. Okay, all the hormones etc, everything. Same way the we do flush it out, the bacteria. Every day we do detox our body, and of course our daily routine, when we go to the washroom or something, and of course we do flush out the good bacteria as well. So to nourish our body, to have a supplement of good bacteria every day, it does not matter are you vegetarian, vegan or non-vegetarian. Okay, but yes, a good source of a healthy good bacteria in your body we need every day. Okay, and that's where the fermentation plays a very important role, because of the fermented food. And every culture, if you read about it, either Ayurveda, either say like Indian culture, North Indian, South Indian, West Indian, Eastern, Northeastern, any, or globally also, all of them, they have ample of ancient fermented recipes. Like if you go like for a milk, then milk kefir you have, or the curd you have. Simplest one, the simplest probiotic is the curd. Then you have the kanjis. The kanjis like a beet kanji, or in North India they make of the black carrot kanji, or we make on the occasions of Holi the kanji vada, so the mustard kanji. So there are lots of like many of the recipes, like what we do teach in our workshop, like 5 fermented beverages like kombucha, kefir and variants, the cheese out of it, or like you say Shrikand, or the sauerkraut, kimchi, then fermented sauce and the ketchup, many things, the kombucha. Okay, so these all are the fermented, naturally fermented drinks or beverages, or the pickles, or certain like idli, dosa, whichever, the sourdough breads. Okay, so all come in the fermented food. But yes, certain food, when we cook or when we do steam or when we do bake, unfortunately we should actually express our gratitude to them. They do die for us, okay, either in the cooking or either in the baking. Okay, but thankfully there are certain recipes which we can prepare in a raw way, and once it is fermented nicely, we can shift it in the fridge and we can have it daily. As simple as your green chutney, what you have daily. Okay, so even your green chutney, if you keep for a day like a raw mix, and keep it out at the room temperature, and whatever you are available with it, when you are shifting it in the fridge and when you see some fermentation, that's completely okay to have it till it does not have any foul smell. So this is just a brief about it. Now let's start today's recipe. Actually, what we have shared, it's a fermented dip made up of the nuts and some fresh olive oil, and it's very easy. I'm just going to start, and these are the freshly prepared the lavash made up of my sourdough discard, and they do accompany each other very yum. Okay, so let's start the recipe for today. And yes, on request of many of the students, hi Dakshina, hi Preeti. So on the request, of course the video will be saved on our IGTV. You can watch it later on, and we will upload the video on our YouTube channel as well. Later on you can visit whoever they know, so from our page also, and the link is in our bio as well, our YouTube link. So you can go there and you can watch it later on as well. Okay, hi Nija, hi. So let's start. I'm sure you all must be having the lunch time, so I don't want to disturb your time more. Okay, so just if you are available with a pen and a notepad, you can just randomly note down the ingredients first, and we can start later the making of it. Yeah. So here I have approximately, like you can say 100 grams of the cashew. If you have the organic cashews, you don't need to wash it, but if you have brought from the market, then I will suggest to wash it nicely. Okay, and then soak it in just randomly. It does not need that quantity of the water. Just randomly you have to soak the cashews. Okay, and you have to allow it at the room temperature to get it fermented for at least 24 hours. Okay, if you find your water, your cashew is not showing any fermented activity, what you can do at overnight, you can add some sugar, little sugar to it if you want to, or you can add, if you have some water kefir, or I have the coconut kefir, or say like kombucha, or even your detox water, if you have a fermented water at home, what we do drink daily, okay, so I add some that water also, so it will help to get your fermentation, and keep it in a warm temperature, so around 30 to 32 degrees, 30 to 32 degrees, okay. And once it is fermented, you are okay to process further. So with that you need the ingredients, like I have the box of, like, you know what, like the pink salt I have, then I have few rosemary, I have some pizza herbs, the red chili flakes, of course some peanuts also, so to get some crunchy flavor in that. Then there are black olives and the jalapeno. I have used the bottled one, but whoever are out of India or available with the fresh olives, better to use the fresh olives, and can be just 1 to 2 tablespoons, okay, out of that we will use. And these are the smoked whole, like, you know, the Kashmiri chili or whatever you get, the dried chilies, and that you just have to apply little oil, and with the charcoal you can just fume it, okay, and so you get some smoky flavor out of it. And some dried oregano I have, whatever the thyme or whatever you have, you can use them. And some fresh dill leaves I have, suwaka bhaji what we call, and some green cheese like green onions also I have some chopped, okay. So this is what the ingredients I am using right now. I'm just going to, okay, let me set the, okay, so you can see the workspace, right? Okay, here, and yes, this is the what you say, virgin olive oil, okay. If you want to use a cooking light olive oil, even that is okay, but that gives more of the nutritional value, so use extra virgin olive oil, okay, and it can be randomly. So what I am going to do, firstly, the fermented water, do not throw it, okay, you can use it later, and also you can just, whatever you have that fermented water, what I do, I just add few chopped fresh seasonal fruits, say right now peach or the cherries or something, and some sweetener like honey or jaggery, and I allow it to ferment, and we drink that water also. So never ever throw the fermented water. Either you can just use in your, if you know how to make your sourdough breads, you can use in that, or in your gravies, whatever, or the pickles, okay. Never ever throw the fermented water. And yes, with that I have taken just a few blanched almonds also, so that also I have added to it to get a nutty flavor. So you can see this, okay, I have taken almost 100 grams of my cashew and 50 grams of the almond, you can see approximately. And either you can take your chutney jar, I am just taking a blender just to show you, okay. You can use your NutriBullet also, and any of this you can just add them, okay. Adding to the blender. To that I am adding little water. Just, you know, it should get a coarsey, we should get a coarse one. It should not be fine paste, but it should be a little grinded ground paste, and you can have, like, you know, when you eat it, you should have that crunchiness. And also some of the peanuts you can add. Now with this, I'm going to add little of the dill leaves, some of the rosemary, and a small piece of the chili. Later on we will cut this and we can garnish it on the mix. And some salt to taste, okay. and so I'm just right now grinding it. It has to be some coarse. I'm adding little water so it can grind finely, like fast. I'm adding little water to it. If you have the whey of your kefir, milk kefir, you can use that also. Since I'm making a vegan one, so I'm not using the kefir whey. Otherwise, you can use that also, the paneer ka pani, something like that. Okay. Okay, so it is almost done. Just I will give one round more. नीलो ऐसा वाला बाउल दे के उधर से. Okay, so okay, so here I am just removing it, and to this let some few of the cashews, let it be in a whole. That's completely okay because it will give a nice flavor whenever you will have it. Okay, so I'm just removing it. You can churn in your chutney jar also. I did not wanted to bring all entire mixer over here, so I have used this blender. Okay. Now in this you can put some dill and your green onions, some pizza herbs. You can marinate this in your olive oil and then later on also you can use it. And what to do, like take a simple jar like like this, and in this you can firstly you just have to mix it nicely, add little olive oil while mixing as well, approximately 1 teaspoon you can say. You can add some sweet basil as well, finely chopped sweet basil, adding some chili flakes and some oregano Okay, now once it is ready, the paste is ready, you have to shift it to a jar. Okay, I was having this made earlier, so I'm just mixing that also. And you can add some black olives, jalapeno. Okay, now again garnish it. And finally, like, you can just if you wish, you can put some onion as well together. And now just again this will maybe 1 to 2 teaspoons. Okay, and here it is ready, but the thing is you have to close it tightly, allow it to get ferment more at the room temperature for at least, you can say, like, 2 to 3 hours, or depends on the warmth, and later on shift it in the fridge. Okay, and more you will ferment, it will enhance the flavor, it will give more of the sourness. And believe me, you don't have to add any sour agent in it. Like, if you want to, you can add some balsamic vinegar if you want to. Otherwise, don't add anything. Or if you do not have the balsamic vinegar, you can add little drop of lemon. Don't add more of it. Otherwise, it will turn out too sour and you won't like it. Okay, so allow it to get a naturally fermented flavor, and once it gives that mild and between mild to some strong sourness, and that time you should start to consume. Dipti, you just go through the video later on. I have mentioned all the ingredients, so you will get the idea about it. Instead of the balsamic vinegar, you can use the kombucha water also, the kombucha tea. So even that will give little of the sourness. So any of this, you can add little of it to this, and you will have that amazing fermented dip. And it's purely vegan, and you can see it does not take much of your time as well, right? So do let us know the feedback about how did you like the recipe and what you want to learn more about it, or something. If we can, me and Anita, we both will try to come live twice a month, and we will share certain traditional recipes, some innovative recipes, some maybe the sourdough related, or some maybe just in general recipes. Okay, so do keep in comments that what other recipes you would like to learn from us. And of course, we do have the workshop on our 7th of August related to the fermented the healthy fermentations, the probiotics. And for the registrations, please do connect with us, either with me or Anita, and we will share the details. Yeah, so yeah, thank you, Kavita. Please do let us know after making this and what is your feedback, and do not forget to tag us whenever you make it, whenever you post it. Do let us know. Okay, so thank you and bye for now. Any question related, then please post on the comment. We will get back to you. Okay? Yeah. Thank you, Niyanta. Thank you all of you. Thank you, Nitu. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah? Okay, great. Yeah, we will come with more of such healthy dips. Definitely, we will. Okay. So bye for now.